I have my wine, I have my thoughts, I have my opinions. Let's go. Nikki and Sean are dancing for the cameras, honey, because y'all don't be just doing that when the people ain't there. Bill and Mecca are having a drink. Devin and Caitlin are FaceTiming his mom. Cam and Michelle are visiting Michelle's aunt. Now, Michelle's aunt and uncle tell their origin story, and the uncle asks Cam what he loves about Michelle. Cam said, honestly, she's just always happy. They and her aunt and uncle agree. So they get tips and tricks on how to keep things fun, over time. Tori and Felipe are meeting with Paul. And she's telling us that she doesn't have time for these little boy games, okay? I need you to tell him that, though, okay? I like it. It sounds very bossy. I was about to say a bad word. It sounds very bossy, but I need you to tell him that. Excuse me. Paul brings up Tori talking about the emotional manipulation. Somehow I missed that last episode. I don't know. Um, but she's spot on. That's exactly what you call it. Oh, I was angry that because I was scared. Boy, you too old for this. She said she doesn't know if that was his intent, but it's how she feels. And Felipe said it's not his intent. Of course, he's not going to say that. Paul said, "Oh, okay, because I was about to send you home, because that's one of the worst things you can do to a person. If that was your intent, you was going home today." Y'all know I paraphrase, okay? I ain't gonna tell you no more. Tori said she has kind of withdrawn because of all the indecisiveness. And Paul said now Felipe is trying to close the gap. And Felipe created the gap. I don't know if he's going to be able to close it, though. Paul basically said, y'all need to get back to where y'all was at that first dinner. They can't get back there because that was not real, okay? They were acting. Felipe just wanted to get in that girl pants, and as soon as he did, he started acting funny and getting scared, quote unquote. Marissa and Adam are on another date and talking about decision day. Marissa looks happy, but Adam has his foot in her chair. That just aggravated me so much. Adam is chopping this steak with his hand. He's just picking it up with got the bone and eating off the bone. Oh, it's just so at this nice place. Um, he was like, "Have I done anything that gives you the ick?" It's almost like he's trying to. Like, you remember the movie How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days? It's like he's playing How to Lose a Wife in 10 Days. Why are you sitting up here with your foot in her chair eating a steak with your hands? It's too much. She said, what gives her the ick is him eating with his hands. He was like, well, I haven't done that often, have I? You know what you're doing. She said, also, your intensity for everything. It's just too much. It's almost like Adam has like a form of um, autism or uh, hyperfixation is what it's called. And a lot of people with autism have that. He said for him, it's her lack of activity. But you sat in there, you told them people that you needed somebody who was at least physically fit. She's physically fit. She can hang. It's boring to her. Nobody wants to hit a ball across a net for 3 hours every day. Marissa said, for her to say yes, he's going to have to meet her in the middle with the intensity. And she's talking about pickleball. We know. Sean and Nikki. Sean takes Nikki to a wine and chocolate place. Sean starts talking about stealing candy when he was younger and how his mom made him go back and apologize and take it back. Nikki said she loves this date and she wants to do more of this. She said it was chef's kiss, whatever. They're at home, they're kissing again, and it continues to the bedroom, and then Sean comes out singing. Nikki tells us she will not elaborate, but they did something sexual. Now they're really kissing. It's weird. The next day, the kiss or whatever. She was like, is that a banana in your pocket or are you just happy to see me? Ew. Caitlin and Devin meet her dad. Her dad's really cool. Even though he didn't want to participate at the wedding, he's really cool. He said, when she's in a good mood, it's fun. But when she's not, just don't let her sit in it. Be like, come on, let's go get some coffee. She said she's working on telling him when she's leaving the house and stuff. I'm like, damn, that's the basics. He also tells them that you'll eventually get joy from doing the things that your partner wants to do. And for me, that's the only kind of love I'll accept, okay? I don't want to hear you complaining when I want to go to the bookstore, okay? Felipe is taking Tori on a surprise date where she needs to wear a bikini, heels, and a winter coat. I said, honey, wait, what Felipe can cooked up? So it's a boat with a steam room, and they sit outside and eat. And the old lady in me was like, girl, you go get pneumonia. She just got out of that steam room sweating and stuff. Did she outside in the night air? Child, that's the South in the old lady in me. Felipe gives her a framed picture of them at the altar. Side note, I hate when somebody give me a gift and they just sit there and stare at me and wait for my reaction. I said thank you, okay? Like, it's a picture of me. There is another couple's dinner. Lord, I'm so tired of this. I hope this is I'm glad this is the last one. I think somebody said it was the last one. I think Cam is tired too, honey. Everybody's arriving. Everybody looks good. But I feel like Adams get dressed out of a basket for some reason. I feel like Adam has a basket or like a tote full of clothes in the middle of his floor that he just pick out something and go. Because why you got this bathing suit cover up on? Anyway, Marissa said they had a good week. Adam said he's trying to be less intense and he needs Marissa to maybe work out with him twice a week. I said, okay, that's a good compromise. Twice a week, and she's gonna work out anyway. Marissa has a good body; she needs to work out anyway. So that's fine if he can hold to it. I feel like Adam just be saying stuff in front of the people. So Marissa said she just needs a little bit of balance. Like we can't just be on 100 all the time. When Nikki asked why it's so important that they share hobbies, Adam was like, "Well, my ex-girlfriend," and Caitlin was like, "Listen, I get having similar hobbies, but I've never met any couple who are 100% like aligned in that way." He said, "I guess you should meet my ex then." What? If I was Marissa, I would have said, "Well, maybe you should go meet her." I would have put that little napkin on that table and I would have went on about my business because I'm tired of hearing about it. Okay, is this one of the girls that cheated? Because I think you need to go back to therapy. Lisa didn't like that. She said Marissa's ready and he's still playing his games and it's going to make Marissa feel less than. Sean said to Adam, "Do your parents talk the way you do?" This is when it gets good, okay? Adam said no. Sean said, "I'm not saying anything is wrong with you. You're who you created yourself to be. I just think that people who use terms like vibes and cooks don't have the vocabulary or emotional intelligence to describe what they're feeling." Adam was like, "Wow, so you're calling me low IQ? I would love to take an IQ test." Sean said, "No, not IQ, EQ." I was like, "Oh, Sean." Now, Sean was not wrong in the situation. I think he read the situation perfectly correct. I don't think Adam lacks the vocabulary. I think he gets by saying vibes and all these little words so he doesn't have to express how he feels. Paul said, damn, I feel like my daddy was just in the room. He said, "That sounds like how my daddy talked to me." um, Adam said he has a robust vocab and he just prefers to use the words vibes, cooked, and all of that. In the confessional outside, Adam said he was shocked because he's been nothing but nice to Sean, and based on the arguments Sean and Nikki had, he's embarrassed to be acquainted with them. I said, "Oop, not your true colors coming out." Felipe asked if Marissa can understand what Adam is feeling most of the time, and she said Adam's very articulate and can communicate. It ain't no way I would have came to that man's defense. No, I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about how he feels. Ask his ex-girlfriend because she seems to be the answer to all the questions. Cam said, "It's my turn, honey," because he got tired of it. He was like, "Okay, look, I was having a bad day the other day, and Michelle didn't judge me. She had my back." He just had to get that off his chest. He was just, it was important for him, honey. He had to get that off his chest. Mecca and Belle. Mecca said the bond and connection are getting deeper. They haven't said, "I love you" yet. Belle said they have love for each other, but Becca was like, "But we're not in love." I'm like, "Okay, honey. Okay, girl." Mecca said they've already made the decision to say yes on decision day. I feel like Mecca has a problem with rejection, so he wanted to go ahead and solidify that. But I also feel like Mecca's the type to make that kind of decision with her and then get to decision day and say no, just so he can feel like he was to reject her. So Bill needs to be careful with that. Sean said he is so much closer to saying yes. He used the word vibes, and Adam was like, you can't say that word. Now, because Sean has started something, Adam is on his ass. Adam said, I don't buy it. Y'all are sitting like 16 feet apart right now. And Michelle was like, yeah, I don't see romance. Nikki said there was some physical intimacy, but she's not going to share the details. But the sparks are flying. Mecca said, I don't see you being attracted to Sean, but I understand because I wasn't attracted to Bill either. Mecca, shut up. Shut up. Like, why would you even say that? Nobody was even talking about y'all. So Belle, they have a little side conversation. Belle was like, so you wasn't physically attracted to me? And he said it wasn't at a level that I was comfortable with. He was like, oh, I was like, she's pretty, but is she pretty enough for me? No. That was one of the meanest things that he could have said. And Belle was like, I could see in her face, she was turned off. She said that was a slap in the face. And I can understand she should have slapped him back, like physically. Belle need to check that man. He was never good enough for you. What he meant was is she pretty, but is she prettier than me? That's what he meant. Devin and Caitlin present a united front until Felipe asked if Devin's willing to stay married to her without having sex. And he was like, I wouldn't stay with somebody I never had sex with. And he goes, he asked the table, would y'all do it? Would anybody else do it? So Michelle said no. Mecca said no. Devin said he ain't worried about it because it's not a problem unless you're with somebody who doesn't like the things that you like. And that prompts you to go look for it elsewhere. And Caitlin got mad. She was not feeling that. She was not at all. So Lisa agreed with Devin and she felt like Caitlin overreacted. Felipe just keeps going until Devin said, no, it's not a deal breaker. Felipe need to worry about his own problems. Okay. Felipe said after his meeting with Paul, it clicked for him. He only wants to be with Tori. Mecca said, today. Mecca, be quiet now because you did all you going to do. Adam said, so suddenly you went to therapy and now you only want to be with Tori. Because the other day you said you wanted to be in the streets. Felipe said he was thinking about the wrong thing. Cam and Adam was like, nah. Adam said, Tori, you are a beautiful woman. You got a lot going on for yourself. And you got this clown over here telling you week after week that he's unsure. Why are you still here? Tori was like, yeah, well, I have a breaking point and I was getting close to it. Felipe said when he was talking, he wasn't speaking like a married man. Felipe, quit playing. Adam said, so 30 minutes of therapy taught you how to speak to your wife? Mecca was like, the mistake was not you saying what you said, it's you saying it before you told her that in private. Mecca, please, okay? We don't want to hear nothing from you. You don't have it figured out either. Cam said none of that matters. He said the important part is, do you still feel that way? Felipe said he doesn't know how he'll feel next week or even tomorrow, but right now, he only wants Tori. Marissa outside in the confessional talking about she would never stand for that. Girl, you don't stand for nothing, okay? I ain't even sure you know how to stand. But you look good, though. Michelle said it feels like Tori signed up for dating at first sight. She was like, are you okay being married to someone like that? And Tori was like, no. Cam said, if today was decision day, what would your answer be? And Felipe said yes. Mecca was like, yeah, but it could be something different tomorrow. Felipe outside talking about Tori didn't offend him, and Tori did not crack her lips. Thank you. She just had a little smirk. No, I didn't. Because you did everything you could to make me look stupid in front of these people. Now I'm going to let you make you look stupid. You made me look stupid. I'm going to let you be stupid. Cam shut it all down when he said everybody on that side of the table don't need to be mad. Guess who was on that side of the table? Devin and Caitlin, Sean and Nikki, Felipe and Tori. And that was it. That was the end of the episode, honey. That one was good. Cam is coming out of his shell, child. Cam, I don't know. Child, Cam ain't who I thought he was, and I like it. Okay? All right, I will see y'all next week. It has been real. Thank you for watching. Have a good day or night or whatever.